You have a woman by the name of Lisa Griffey. She sued the Michigan Department of Corrections, and she won her case, where she won over $11 million for racial discrimination. Let's go ahead and roll the clip.
I was referred to as the black one. I was called Mammy one day when I came into the office. One of my coworkers said, "Morning, Mammy." He had no idea that Mammy was a racist term that's very derogatory towards black women.
Although Lisa Griffey's complaints to her higher-ups about racism on the job fell on deaf ears, a Genesee County Circuit Court gave her a fair hearing. An all-white jury awarded Lisa and her husband Cedric $11.3 million Monday in a racial discrimination lawsuit against the Michigan Department of Corrections.
My supervisor, when going around asking what people wanted for lunch, he asked me, did I want chitlins on my pizza?
Lisa and her lawyer, Jonathan Marco, told Fox 2 about her work conditions when they first filed the suit 2.5 years ago, how she was harassed on a daily basis, how she was not wanted in her all-white office, and how her co-workers left her alone with a dangerous probationer in violation of department policy after she complained about racism on the job.
High-level supervisor for the Michigan Department of Corrections. I asked him, what is an African American supposed to do if they're discriminated against in the Michigan Department of Corrections? Do you know what he said to me? He said, quote, they should shut up and go back to work.
Lisa speaking out made work more difficult for her husband, who was a deputy warden at the Thumb Correctional Facility. During the trial, which lasted more than a month, it was discovered that high-level administrators in Lansing sent a copy of Lisa's lawsuit to her husband's boss in an effort to get him fired for her civil rights case and the media attention it received.
I just believe that people were not happy that I was there, and they felt like they would react however they wanted to.
The Attorney General's office provided this statement in reaction to the jury's decision. Quote, we are extremely surprised and disappointed in this jury decision and its $11.3 million verdict. We are reviewing our options with our client, but we fully expect to appeal.
You heard she talked about the person say they didn't know Mammy was racial. Come on, bro. Y'all know every racial word. Y'all know every slur. You know every stereotype because y'all created it. What do you mean you didn't know anything else bad with that? Come on now. You could never convince me you don't know. You know all of it. You know certain things that y'all saying today that we haven't heard you say, that we ain't caught on yet. Just like the situation about Canadians. Remember that with that guy at the hospital calling black people Canadians? That's another way they will say the N-word so they can just say it out loud in front of you. You don't think much about it. Oh, here come them Canadians. You understand? I mean, they do all kind of things like that. So don't never believe them say, I didn't know that was a racial slur. Man, you should be more pissed off that they even told you something like that. Especially when they invented them all. Like I told you guys before, they are the best at hate. Nobody hate more than them. Or nobody can hate better than them. Now, they didn't expect to lose their case. That's why they say they were shocked and disappointed, and they're going to appeal that. They say, wait a minute, that didn't work out too well for us. This is a system of racism, white supremacy. You're not going to be paying that Negro $11 million for being racist. They don't want to do that. But on these jobs, you guys got to watch and listen to how some of these people get down, because they'll try that mess on your job, and some of you scared to call it out. Some of you go along to get along on your job. See, I'm never that kind of person. I'm going to call you out. You're not going to do that with me. But they got some black folks that go, oh, man, you know, I don't want to cause no trouble. Man, forget that. I'm causing all the trouble I can. And yeah, you fire me. Go ahead and fire me. Please fire me so I can sue you and get paid. Because I believe in lawsuits. I really do. If you're going to mess with me on the guys of race, I'm going to get paid. Understand that. Your best bet is just to leave me alone. That's how I feel about that. Because messing with me, you have your pockets empty. And that's how black people got to think. And that's how you got to move. Because one thing those other groups don't do, they don't play that with them. The alphabet group, they don't play that. Let them try to say they're going to discriminate against them or making some sort of slurs about them. Watch how quick heads will roll. Watch how quick people get fired and how much they get sued. That's one of the main groups they don't play with. And we got to be the exact same way, because people do not respect you when you put up with certain abuse from them. The first time somebody approach you like that, you check that behavior in them immediately. Never let them get comfortable saying anything to you. Don't let it go on for a year, 2 years. No, the first time you check it right then and there. But shout out to her for winning her case. But I know they're trying to tie it up where she can't get paid. But leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this particular story. But if you're dealing with any kind of behavior like that on your job, it is on you to, I would suggest, get it recorded on tape if you can. If they're saying racial slurs or whatever, because that evidence is the best thing ever. Get the evidence where you got them dead to rights. Take it to a lawyer, or some lawyers will be like Birdman, rubbing his hands together because you about to get that check out of that situation. But do that, because that's your leverage when you go to court.